You can drive.
KGPL to car 11K, 11K.
Yeah.
The car crash victim has regained consciousness at Central Receiving Hospital.
А ты где носок взял, маме?
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room, right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No!
Feeling better since this morning,
I don't need to be
Jessica?
manhandled by a doctor. I
A
need
little.
my lawyer.
My head still
Hey,
feels swimmy.
where is the telephone? Do you know who I am?
Сюда хочешь?
I doubt it.
Нельзя.
This isn't what we're looking for. It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Да, братан, сюжетка Вануар от Рокстаров, который GTA-шку делает. Ну, старенькая, еще в школе играл. Ну вот, он не прошел, комп его тянул. Детектив, короче.
You're making...
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Ну да, ну здесь так, типа, подумать. Ну, подумать. Понял? Вот, типа, когда игру делали, они типа, технологию какую-то придумали, как захват движения, типа, есть. А они сделали, типа, дохуя датчиков на лицо, чтобы эмоции передавать. Вот, типа, она вот ответила, мне надо смотреть, типа, пиздит она или нет. Если пиздит, то, если есть улики, вот, сейчас нажму обвинить. И должен
Tell the truth,
улику
Jessica.
предоставить.
Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you.
We found your underwear in your handbag, Jessica. You need to tell us what happened.
The doctor told me what happened.
Что ты хочешь?
I didn't want that. I just wanted to be a star, to be in movies. I
И
told
решила
you
ноги
what
раздвинуть.
happened, and she told
Шлюха,
me
блядь.
that was the price of stardom.
Did she now, cold-hearted bitch?
Ой, сейчас
not Junie's
руки
fault.
подниму.
It's not my first time.
Иди сюда.
I had a boyfriend back home, but my father found out about him.
Even if you consented, Jessica, you're still underage. We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with
Ай,
Aunt June.
пиздишь.
They trust her to take care of me.
Мелкая пиздоболка.
You're lying, Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Ну, я надеюсь, я правильно назвал.
Please, detective, why would I lie to you?
Не знаю, да, блядь. Просто...
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
Хули ты глаза отводишь, блядь. А. Хорошо, хорошо.
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today.
Конечно, ты, бля, ему дала, бля, хули у него настроение плохое было бы.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted
И
the
чё,
two of
как?
you over an escarpment?
Настроил он?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Ну, а конкретнее можно? Так, ну, лик у меня таких нету.
Jessica, I really need you to help me here.
I remember the mermaid.
Ой,
Was
да
the
я
mermaid in the
делал.
movie too?
No, it was on the front of a building.
Это, ну, одно из первого, что
Pulled
я
up in front
пробовал.
of the mermaid.
Thank you,
И,
Jessica.
и даже когда
Been a big
захват,
help. Here's my card.
но только
If you
захват
think of anything
этого,
or you need some help,
если
just get in
делать.
touch, okay?
Okay.
Кстати, захват экрана всего.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till
Только
you
я об
felt
этом
better,
пока что не
Jessica.
подумал.
I couldn't do that, officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
Тебе уже, блядь,
It's the tale of this town, Cole.
ну, а то у меня захват игры не работает, как бы я ни делал.
Who the hell is that?
Must be your lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her.
Нихуя погоня, погоня.
There she goes. Come on.
Воу, тормози нахуй.
Ballard is definitely up to something.
Все так просто.
She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery.
Это мне Рокки сейчас говорит, возьми меня на ручки. Чего ты хочешь? Иди сюда. Иди сюда. Иди сюда. Иди сюда. Давай. Давай, давай, давай. А чё ты виляешься? Оп. Ёбаный в рот, блядь. Нихуя он там чувствует, его только лишь fucking засать.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
Baby?
Нихуя я, блядь, сама скрытность.
No! I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it! You still know
Вперед,
people out
блядь.
here, don't you? Then make some calls! I'm gonna be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803. Sure, I got the film.
Все, она съебалась. Давай, блядь, за руль прыгнул.
Can you drive to this one?
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh, shit. You better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McAfee's wife in the first place. Or he'd have done the job properly. McAfee will break a fella's legs just for looking at his broad the wrong way.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story?
I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's apartment
Едем, едем,
hotel,
блядь, не очкуй.
1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL clear.
Roger, KGPL. 11K en route.
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's apartment hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2.
Ебать,
KGPL
спецсигнал, он на светофоре останавливается. Ой, ебло, блядь. Somebody.
I'm Detective Phelps.
Oh,
We
man.
received a call about a domestic
Oh,
disturbance in
no,
apartment
no,
803.
man.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
Я, блядь, туда, налево, направо, блядь. Карту можно вашего отеля?
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
Тук-тук.
LAPD,
Стучит
ma'am.
сердечко.
Are you in danger?
I'm
Тук-тук.
all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.
Mrs. Bishop. Gloria
Может,
Bishop.
сама, блядь, подстроила
Please,
нахуй.
come in, officers. I'll just need to sit down for a moment. Forgive me.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am.
Just look at this
Чё
mess.
её
We'll take a
пиздёшь?
quick search of the premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
А я вам так скажу.
Don't think this is anything.
Так. А что, у нас минутка Шрека?
Incidental.
Понял, сейчас попью. Это не вода. Так, расческа, нахуй. Это нахуй. Опа. Тут что-то интересное. Нихуя
What do you
себе
have to
чек.
do to earn $20,000?
Это что за
Doesn't
хрень?
appear to be connected.
Фу, без понятия. Ну, по-моему, нет. С чего ему работать?
Presented to Mark.
Ну, попробуй. Если что, я посмотрю, что песню включу так. Мне кажется, что он нихуя не включится. Ну, если включится, заебись. Мне не придется так втыкать. Опачки, бабки.
Don't think this
В
is any
смысле,
use
вряд ли
to
нам это
us.
пригодится. Нихуя себе ты охуел.
Great Wall of Babylon. A replica of a replica.
No good to me.
Что-то беспорядок оставили, а ценные вещи не тронули, ебать. Совпадение? Не думаю. Ложки-поварешки, блядь. Да нет тут нихуя.
Not much help.
Not much help.
Probably nothing.
Опа, это, наверное, то, что надо.
Looks like we found our mermaid. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
This doesn't pertain to the case. There's the set. Hollywood's own little piece of Babylon.
Блядь, я ничего не увидел.
Nope.
Перевернуть нельзя. Нельзя. Да.
Looks like the old movie set downtown. Those men, I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the same picture a few years back. That's how I met my husband.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
Что-то сомнения закрадываются. Хотя, блядь, ровненько смотрит.
Either we find him or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him. But I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
Чё ебалом кривишь?
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, detective.
Говорю, не знаю, YouTube, мне кажется, не работает, но ты можешь попробовать, и я просто, если что, так включу. Там же будет видно, какая песня в Donation Alert'ах.
And you think that's okay?
Вот. Может, ну, вряд ли, но если заработает, охуенно будет.
I was 16 when I first
Мне не надо будет перетыкать самому.
Genius. A magician with film. I was 20 before I realized he was just a B-movie hack. But he's nothing compared to some of the monsters at these big studios. My guess is Ballard sacrificed her little friend. Happens to a lot of girls.
Печально, ебать.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
Циничная сучка, блядь. Да.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a location on a
На
silver screen
какой
prop
трек
store.
ходишь? Давай я.
Just a moment.
Один уж, ладно,
Silver
подрублю.
screen props.
Один,
Corner
два.
3rd and Figueroa.
Все,
Thanks
что?
for your help.
Напиши название только. Так.
An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, a movie producer's wife. Finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act.
Так, куда там едем? Компания «Серебряный экран».
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment?
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McAfee.
Ну так что включать-то?
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ.
Хорошо.
I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
Нихуя у него контора.
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me?
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Сейчас. Поехали, Рокки, включать музыку. Так, интересно, где нас? Это с почином, что ли.
Turn off the lights, Hopgood.
Why would I want to do that?
Humor him.
Че, двойное зеркало? Ах ты, сучка.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
Huh. Well, well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company.
Похож на друга?
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen test. What is wrong with these people?
Ой, вот сейчас сроки его перестановки. На. Это тоже на друга похож?
Doesn't look like anything.
It can't be that way, Phelps. You couldn't fit a rat through there.
Я понял. Красавчик, красавчик.
Seems irrelevant. Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Нихуя.
Doesn't tell me anything. Optimistic, Cole.
Так, если там камера... Бля, чё ж я еще не увидел-то? О, нихуя себе. Доказательство нихуевое такое.
So what happened to the film of
Ah.
Hamilton's screen test?
Jungle Drums, 8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
Чё еще включать?
So this is where you sprang from.
Listen, I have to call you back. I got some business here.
Sit down, Courtney. This is Mickey. Mickey, this is Courtney Sheldon. What would you like to drink?
Scotch. Straight up.
I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes. That's right, Mr.
So
Cohen.
you want to be a doctor and a dope peddler. Interesting combination, huh?
Do we have a problem, Mr. Cohen?
We might have, yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying, wholesale, so to speak. The Bindle boys in this town aren't used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. How can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh?
So how is that my problem, Mr. Cohen?
Well, kid, the only way we're going to be able to make this work is to do some repackaging.
Что ты ко мне
To
хочешь?
get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes.
Давай, давай.
Surrettes. Yeah, surrettes. Right.
О,
Put into a big
молодец.
vat so we can water it down a little bit.
I won't bore you with the chemistry, but it doesn't work that way. You're likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen. We want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand. Hey, hey! You don't like my offer?
Пизда, пацаны.
The Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
You ever do any work for Mark Bishop?
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop was doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
Ты чё пиздишь?
I know you're lying, Hopgood. Bishop was here, and you know exactly what he was doing and what he left lying around afterwards.
You come in here without a warrant, and now you start throwing your weight around?
A 15-year-old girl told me how she was drugged and molested at a casting house. I found the chloral hydrate in your drinks cabinet. You give me something or I will break your fucking jaw, Hopgood.
Bishop was here with June Ballard and the girl. A lot of producers and directors use this place. I'm not responsible for what goes on here.
McAfee's men are looking for Bishop. We need to find him first. Any idea where he might have gone to ground?
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
Так, ну как будто бы не пиздит.
You're delivering props to Jungle Drums on 8th Street?
Bishop is using that old rundown wreck of a set. That place is dangerous. But it might be a good spot to hide.
What's the deal with you and June Ballard?
Look, buddy, I make props. I hardly ever meet the talent unless it's something tailor-made for them, like a sword or something.
Щурится гандон.
You and Ballard are blackmailing Bishop. That's why he cracked.
You got nothing on me. My hands are clean on this.
Я могу опять выдохнуть монтаж.
Enough. I've been in your peep room, Hopgood. I've seen your smut pictures and the camera setup. You made a movie of Jessica. I found the canister.
The deal is I get to sell the movies to burlesque houses and private collectors. These movie guys love seeing their cocks on screen. But part of the arrangement is I never film their faces. June had me film Bishop, and then she kept the movie for insurance. He went apeshit when he realized his face was front and center.
Who has the film now?
Who else? McAfee.
Ballard had what she wanted. Where does the money come into it?
What money?
Enough of the lies.
I told you, I get my cut selling dirty movies.
Your ex was getting 20 large from Bishop.
If I wanted to skim 20 from Bishop, we'd do it through the movie budget. June said she'd sell him the film once the movie had wrapped, but Guy wanted cash. He's in a cash-only business. You think I had a choice in this?
That's all for now, Hopgood. We're taking you in.
Phelps. Roy Earl, Ad Vice. Hold on a moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers, Marlon?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you.
Oh,
You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm hearing.
I'll be making a full report to the captain, Detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you.
Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here.
Detectives.
Johnny Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice, do you, boys?
You could try the obstruction rap, but it won't stick. We could beat that.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how the world works. Mrs. McAfee hits him up for a movie part. Happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is going to get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop.
Охуел, блядь.
Very generous.
I'm
Забавки.
only going to warn you once, gentlemen, to stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb, but polite.
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry. You stay away from Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole? Now run along back to your boss so we can pat you on the head and tell you what good boys you are.
I don't think they like your little pep talk, Bukowski.
Oh, shit! Get us out of here! They really don't want anybody getting to Bishop before they do.
Это гандон.
Let's see him chase us now. Onto the movie set, Phelps. Let's roll.
Oh, Christ. And they say working traffic is like watching paint dry.
You know the way. You can drive.
Hey, if they're prepared to gun down cops in broad daylight, McAfee really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch. I'm about done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
That's our job, unfortunately. They don't get to dole out the justice.
There's the slippery bastard now.
No. God damn it!
Бля.
Mark Bishop, stop! LAPD!
Get him, Phelps. I'll cover the exit.
11K calling KGPL, requesting assistance at 8th and Francisco, the abandoned movie set. My partner is pursuing suspect on foot. Code 3.
We're trying to help you, Bishop!
Чем мы что, ебашься с тобой будем, походу?